Hi, this is Lynn from Lynn's Life's Lessons, and I was coming on today to just share something that happened to me on yesterday. As I explained to everyone, I'm the mother of 4 children. Well, they're not children, they're grown, but I always say children. And I did let you guys know that I do have a daughter that's special needs. And I was just coming on today because I had to, rush her to the hospital on yesterday. She's doing well, but it kind of bothered me a little bit. And this is not the topic I was going to really talk on today. But since she went in, I just wanted to go ahead and let you guys know who have kids out there that are special needs. It is okay. We're going to get through the situations that we have with them. Just like I explained to you guys before, my daughter's 31 years old, and she was diagnosed at the age of 3 years old as being special needs. And when I say special needs, her label was educationally, mentally handicapped. And at the time when I found out that when I was told that she had a disability, or she may have a disability, I wasn't here. I was in New York. So I moved back from New York to Florida to be home so that my mom could help me with her. And when I came back, I was nervous, I was scared, I was everything, because when someone tells you that you have a child that's different, it really, it really resonates with you, because I didn't know anyone that had a child that was special needs at the time. So I came home, my mom kind of helped me with her. I had to, not like today where that you can reach out and get the help. I had to actually look for help for her, and I had to find places to take her so that she could be tested. And once I finally found that place, I took her in, and my daughter was tested. And when they tested her and told me that she was educationally, mentally handicapped. But she's trainable and functionable. But what I didn't understand that when I found out that she did have a disability, I knew something was different about her, but I wasn't exactly sure. Because I had another daughter, my first daughter, and my first daughter, she was doing things on kind of fast. And so the only thing Karen didn't do, she was potty trained. She had done everything, but she just wasn't talking as much as she should have been talking. So when a young lady called me in and she said, well, I can see some discrepancies and I can see this within her as a mom, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna do this? This is not something I really wanna do. As a mother, I didn't know, because I was a single mom, and I was like, I don't even know what to do. I don't know how to handle this. I just cried for like maybe 2 or 3 days, and trying to get myself together, booked a flight home, and brought my 2 daughters home with me. And once I got home, I started looking around and trying to find somewhere to go ahead and have her tested. And I finally was able to get in and get her tested. And she was tested at Lincoln. It was a place in front of Lincoln Elementary. And I went in and they tested her and they told me. And when I got the results back, it was just devastating. And I thank God, because my mom was there. She was like, we're going to get through this. It's going to be okay. But to get the news that you have a child that's different, a lot of people can't fathom. And, it's just a lot. And then because you think when you have your children, you're going to have your children, they're going to have they're going to have this life, and then they're going to leave you one day. But then when you have a child with special needs, that child may never leave you. That child may be with you the rest of your life. So my daughter's now 31 years old. She's been with me all her life, and she'll be with me until the day I pass, because I made the choice to keep my daughter and raise her. Because it's people that really, if they not equipped, they can't raise a child that's special needs. So that's why I'm able to really help my daughter, because her daughter's on the autism spectrum. So when my daughter told me what was going on with her, I was like, you're gonna be okay. You just gotta take one day at a time. And that's the way I do. And I'll tell a lot of people it's not easy, because when they get sick and they can't explain to you everything, exactly what's happening. But I thank God that as I raised my daughter Karen, I tried to let her talk to me and tell me a lot of things that were going on, because back in the background, a lot of people don't really know what goes on in the schools with special needs kids because they're all put in one class together with the special needs. And to me, sometimes I feel like that's not fair because I don't think all of them should be logged together because they have their different exceptionalities. So she was put in a class with different types of kids, but she began to blossom, and she's a very intelligent young lady, and she speaks very well. And I thank God for that because I tried to raise her to be sufficient. She can't cook or do anything like that, but she can clean and she takes very good care of herself because I have to stay on her with that part. But when you have a child with special needs, you really have to focus in on them. And when you have 4 kids, and out of my 4 kids, I have one of them is special needs, I have to really be combing in on her and being there for her. And just like I said earlier, in the year, like last year, she got sick and she had a cough. And my sister, that's a nurse, Phyllis, shout out to you, Phyllis. She told me to take her into the hospital. When I took her to the hospital, I was like, okay. And when I got her there and they checked her out and everything, they sent us home. And I got the news the next day that she had tested positive for COVID. And I was like really freaking out because COVID, I'm like, oh my God, my daughter has COVID. But I thank God that she had the cough for maybe 2 to 3 weeks. And I was in and out of her room checking on her, making sure she was okay. And she made it through the COVID and she came out great. So I thank God for that because she was mainly asymptomatic. She just had a cough. She didn't have the fever. She didn't have the headaches or any of that. She just had a really bad cough. And I really felt so bad for her because as a mother, I felt like I had failed her because when she got the COVID, we don't know where it came from because nobody knows how they get the COVID. Unless they're around someone they know that had COVID. But I didn't know for my daughter, but I had her at the ARC, and she was going to the ARC for her daycare. She was in a daycare at the ARC. And I'm not saying she got it from the ARC because I don't know where my daughter got it from, but I just know, I thank God that I had her tested, and she came out fine afterwards, you know, from the COVID. And I thank God for that part. But when you have a kid, like I say, with special needs, it's kind of different for you. You stress a little more. You're funny about who you have them around. You try to take the best care of them as you can because they can't tell you everything that's happening the way they want. They can't verbalize it the way a normal person verbalizes everything. So that's why I tell people who have people or women or men or whoever has a child, you have to really comb in and listen to them. If they're telling you something, you really have to check into it and make sure that they're okay because the schools are not going to tell you everything. And I used to have to go to the school and visit, and they have, a plan for them when they're in school. They have a plan for them that they go through, an IEP they have for their kids to make sure they're staying on point. So my daughter's had an IEP all her life, and she still has an IEP at the ARC. And she can't read or write, but she can read. She can write. She can't read. She can write only if you write her name down for her, and that's how we do. But the reason why, I want to come on too and let people know a lot of the things that's like you need to have in place when you have a child that's special needs. You need to have a power of attorney and a few more things in place so that if in the event something happens to your child, which I'll share with you guys later, if your child is taken away from you or they befriend someone, not taken away, but if they befriend someone and they end up leaving with that person, you kind of, if you don't have everything set in place, you kind of don't have power for that child. And that's what happened to me. So I'm going to be letting everyone know, that my daughter did leave home. And it was devastating and it was hard. And I cried because it's like something taken away from you that you love and you trying to rear, and for someone to step in and take advantage of them, that's very hard. So that's why I'm just telling, talking to women and men about having a child that's special needs. And I want them to know the things you need to have in place when you have that child that's special needs. And I'm going to take you guys on a journey as she goes to, she has an appointment, and she's going to be going to a gynecologist to let us know exactly what's going on with the cyst. And I'll take you guys with me. I'm going to take you guys with me on that journey to let you guys know exactly what's going on with Karen. I'm good. I'm a little tired because we spent like 7 hours at the hospital, and I didn't sleep very well because, of course, I'm worrying about her. And I had to try, you have to explain to them, and you can't explain to them like you explain to everyone else, but you try to explain to them exactly what's going on and not make her, I don't want her to be nervous or worried about anything, because she was like, Mom, am I going to be all right? Am I okay? And I had to tell her, yeah, you're going to be okay. And sometimes you have to say it's going to be okay, even if you feel like it's not okay. But I know she's going to be okay. She's strong, and she's a beautiful soul. And I thank God for her each and every day, because me having my daughter with special needs, I think it has been a journey for me. So when I'm out and I see families with kids that are different, or I can tell they're on the autism spectrum, they're having some problems, I just look at them and I tell them it's okay, or you pass a parent that has a child that's falling out or having issues, and they not minding. Back in the day, people tell me, oh, you should just spank them or do this to them, but it's not like that. You have to. People don't know behind the scenes how the parent feels when they have to. You're going out and you have a child that's different. It seems like sometimes that the world is just staring at you. Or like with me, when I take my daughter somewhere and I'm talking to her and she can't read something, and she's like, Mom, what is, she'll ask me, what is this, and how, I don't know. And people look back and be like, well, she don't know what that is, because you're looking at her and you're thinking, yes, she's an adult. She has, she's an adult, but she's an adult that's in a kid's body. So that's why you have to be very careful with them and careful who you have around. And if of a parent that has a child with special needs, it's not that they're being mean or anything. They're just overly protective of that child. I am seriously overprotective over my daughter. I'm always watching to make sure, that she's okay. When I go somewhere, I always keep her close to me, and I'm saying like, Karen, I don't allow, I don't like her to wander off, because I get nervous, even though she's 31 and has the body of a 31-year-old woman, but I know that her mind isn't there. And it's things that she likes that, when I'm shopping or something, she'll pick up toys that are like for kids or whatever. And, you have people looking at you like, wait, whoa. And it's like they don't understand. But as me raising my daughter, the 31 years that I've had her in my life, I know how to act around, people, or people say something. I don't look at them mean. I just say they don't understand. And I don't try to always explain everything to anyone. But I also remember, I thank God for having her. My child, me having my daughter with special needs has been a blessing to me, to make me a better person. And I can share my journey with someone else and tell them it is going to be okay. Because a lot of women, if you have a child, I've been there. You're embarrassed, you're ashamed of some things, but you guess what? It's okay. Just get back up and keep it moving, because that's what I've done. And I encourage people, I encourage women, men, and people that I know that have kids that are special needs. I'm an advocate, and I can speak for them, and I, tell them, it's okay, you're gonna be all right. And they ask me questions like, what did you do about this? What did you do about that? All I can tell everyone is I took one day at a time. And I had a family that helped me a whole lot. I have a sister that was I have two sisters, and they were really, really good with me, with my daughter. And then my oldest brother, who's no longer with me, he understood. We all understood what it was like to have a child that's different. So being different doesn't necessarily mean being bad or if something's wrong with you. It's just, I always tell people this. My daughter was a gift from God to me. When people used to say, well, why do you feel? I would tell them the reason why I feel the way I feel, because I felt like I was chosen to be her mother. And I thank God for that. And I always keep it in a positive mode. But just to let you guys know, I thank you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and share my videos, please. And I thank for all my subscribers that subscribe to my YouTube channel. I just want to say thank you. And thank you for listening to Lynn's Life's Lesson. And I'll be on in a couple of days to let you guys know with the update of what's going on. If you have any comments, please put it where the comments go, and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. And if anything else you want to know concerning about having a special needs child, go ahead and inbox me, or go ahead and put something in the comments, and I'll gladly answer any questions I can answer. And if I can't answer, I'll try to get some information for you. But just like I said, thank you guys for tuning in. I thank you guys for all my subscribers, and I thank you for tuning in to Lynn's Life Lesson. And once again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and share my videos. Thanks, everyone, and have a great day. Bye-bye.